So, welcome to Old Gods of Appalachia, Spirits of the Lake. This is a attempt at an early Halloween one-shot. We'll see how well we can actually get that done. We do have a bit of a reputation for one-shots around here, but as it is a horror game, feel free to turn the lights down a little bit while you watch, and maybe be ready for some spookiness and possibly some light horror as we play. So I will go ahead and start us with our introduction. Anybody who's ever watched the podcast, I apologize. I'm probably going to butcher an introduction. I don't do it quite as well as them, but I'm going to give it a go. Welcome, family, to this autumn night, square in the center of spooky season, a time that, for many, is all about wearing costumes and picking treats, maybe with a trick or two thrown in. But for many folks in Appalachia, old Sam Hain carries a bit more weight. Tonight, we join some folk just waking up among the empty rides and quiet waters of the Lake Shawnee Amusement Park. Alone but for the whistling winds through the thick pine forest surrounding the park and the dark. Where is everyone else? And why can't they remember, well, anything? These are the questions that we hope to answer as they wander the grounds round Lake Shawnee. We start off with the tourist waking up in the restaurant and lounge. Looking around, you don't see anybody. Tables are set. Plates are full. Glasses too.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Anybody here?
No response.
Myself up and I assume there's no one is here. I'll have a look. Go to the bar. Put my hands on the side. Hey, is anybody here?
So looking around, the first thing that you noticed kind of sitting on the bar top is... Come on. Uh-oh. Did I lock up? Oh, no. Okay. It worked.
I just can't get this card
way
to
too
turn
many
over.
cards. So, hang on. You see a jar full of rusty nails and kind of a thick,
The hell?
syrupy substance. Something in you tells you that it might be useful.
I think these Slim Jims have gone off. But I do have I have some arcane knowledge into or backstory in there. So, yeah, I mean, well, I ain't much for superstition, but let's just see if there's anything.
You remember a story your grandma told you about being able to use something like this to protect yourself and others.
Yeah, maybe I can bang it in a house stone or a door jam and stop the creatures of the night coming in.
Speaking of the night, it is dark outside.
And is there any lights on the? Are there lights on in the cafe, in the restaurant?
There are no lights. but there is a
Oh, hell.
sort of luminescence that seems to be, I don't know, it seems to be coming from misty kind of nebulous shapes that are floating around.
Okay.
You remember,
Pop my head into the... Yeah.
you remember coming to this park to have fun? You don't know if you came with anyone else, but you do recall that at one point there were a lot of people here arrayed around the pool, the lake as it's called. There are even some rides. The restaurant is actually kind of where you can see along one edge, but if you bother to look out any of the windows, you don't see anyone.
What time of year is it? Or do I not know that even? By temperature, by...
It's cold. And from what you can see of the trees across the big kind of open thoroughfare in front of the restaurant, as you can see on the map, they've definitely got their autumn skirts on, as it were, but the leaves haven't yet fallen.
The hell? They close this place early?
So we'll leave you for a moment there and head over, keeping in mind that you're in the... Actually, let's do that. You're in the restaurant. We'll head over to the stage, where Tony, you wake up. You're on the stage. There's no power, but you can see above you several spotlights. A bit, not a catwalk, but there is a bit of a crawl space up there for a technician to maybe have worked on them. Rows of empty seats.
Yeah, so I just looking up. I'm assuming I've just laid down on the stage.
Yeah, you were laid out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, double blink my eyes, stare up, looking across, just getting up, and I guess I feel a shiver as I'm coming around, and yeah, I'll just shout out. It's like just shout out for anyone, just like hello.
So your voice echoes off of the clearly metal shell of this kind of hangar-like dome that you're in, that the stage has been built in. I
think hearing that echo, I would just stop for a second and just whistle, just to hear it reverberate back. Just like do a couple of seconds whistle. I mean, I can't whistle for my life, so I can't.
Right.
But yeah, just whistle to hear it come back, and because it then like realization that's like, no, this is really empty. Because it's such an echo, and I start looking.
And again, it is dark, but much like someone elsewhere in the park that you've not met, there is kind of, you can see. It's not maybe perfect, almost as if you're seeing. It's like your what is it, the cones, I think, that allow you to see in the dark? No, it's the rods. It's like, not that a teen in the 1930s probably knows this, but like, it's like your eyes are straining to see, and you can make out shapes, and you can kind of see there's a bit of a luminescence that you can't explain with these kind of nebulous forms some of them out in the seats, some of them kind of floating around, but you can see, and yeah, in fact, as you do kind of look around, something does kind of stand out to you, and you notice a small stone on the stage next to where you woke. I'll put it next to your character sheet. These slide under your character sheet, so be careful with that if you want to move them. You've heard of these stones. They're called hag stones.
I won't throw it. I was literally thinking of throwing a stone in the lake. I won't throw it.
You've heard that sometimes if you peep through the hole in the stone, the natural hole, you can see things that maybe you aren't supposed to.
I mean, I probably would have like picked it up, like, you know how you do, like, toss it in your hand a little bit to get the weight, and like what
Sure.
in instinctiveness, because obviously in the stage, so I'm like near the lake, the pool, whatever you call it, you know, to maybe like try and skip it, but realizing, looking at it, it like catches in light maybe, so I actually see what it is, and so I stop and just like hold it closer, just like, no, I'm gonna keep that.
So
and then,
right about that time, though, you do hear somebody shouting from a nearby building. It sounds like just kind of echoing and reverberating. Everybody here? And with that, I think we'll move over to the mechanic, who awakens in the pool house. Building number 4 there. You wake up and sit up amidst pipes and ironwork, a boiler, grates, and above you, you can see an opening. A hatch? Trapdoor, perhaps?
Oh, whoa. I feel kind of a little bit dizzy, and I just... What? Huh? What? This is strange. Is someone dreaming? I don't know. What? Where? Huh? Hey? Hello? Is anyone there? That's gonna be my... What? I'm gonna try and reach up to... I guess that's too tall for me to do anything with it.
There's a bit of ladder. It should be easy enough for you to climb up there.
Oh, well, that's going to hurt my eyes because I just woke up, so I'm like trying to climb up it.
Okay. As you pull yourself up through the hatch, you see paddle boats. I don't know if everybody's familiar with those, but little things that you sit in that have pontoons that you pedal. You also see what looks to be some kind of continuing pipework from the boiler. And right there in front of you, as you pull yourself up all the way, there's a length of elm wood that kind of stands out to you. It's got a bit of ash on it. Looks like it's been carved a bit, but not into any full shape. Something tells you that there's power in this. You're not sure why.
Oh, no, what is it? I don't know. What? That's strange. Something's drawn me to it, obviously. I was like, Might come in handy, I guess.
And much
Hello?
like before, you hear some hollering coming from off to the left of the building you're in, probably from a nearby building. Something tells you it's a restaurant.
Okay. Ooh, that's... I'm trying to get my thoughts together now. Ooh. Hello? Hello? Hello?
And as you shout out, we switch perspective again. To the town drunk, waking up on the side of the lake next to a couple of short docks. You're half in the water. Legs damp and cold. You can see a small building just up the can't call it a beach, the dirt path. And you can see a paddle boat kind of drifting behind you. Can you not hear?
Oh, now I can.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, I wasn't saying anything
I heard
else.
paddle
Boat drifted behind you? Yep, that's when I stopped.
Oh. Getting up from the ground. Not shaking my head because too much of a headache. Oh, hell. Passed out until the next night again, didn't I? Taking a breath, getting up to my extremely unsteady feet, and walk off. Is there anything in this paddle boat? Or how far out is the paddle boat floating?
I mean, it's easily within reach. You could take a step or two into the water and reach for it.
Yeah, just lean against it and kind of walk myself onto the shore as I look inside.
Sure. Yeah, and as you look in the paddle boat, you see a couple of antlers actually just sitting there on the seat.
Like oars.
Somebody lose a buck in the boat. Oh. What is happening?
When you, assuming you pick up the antler.
Oh, yeah.
You feel a presence. As if you could call out to it with these antlers, if you chose. And at this point, I'll tell everybody that generally these ciphers that you pick up, they're one use. So, but again, this is a one shot. So at any point, you feel free to read them, look close, make your decisions.
So do we instinctively know the information on the card?
You pretty much do, yeah.
Okay.
You can describe how you know that, however you choose to, but yeah, it's the point of the game is not to identify things, it's to dive into the weirdness and accept it. And as you start to hear some echoing shouts from across the lake, we move finally to the swings. A tall metal structure with several swings on chains hanging from it, made to spin. I don't know if anybody is familiar with that particular amusement park ride.
Yeah.
But near the swings and near looks like it might have been a milk wagon, ice wagon. The child wakes up.
Oh, yeah, what's going on? Where the heck? Oh, where am I? Kind of looking around.
You know you're in the amusement park, and you know that you know you can't see your family. It's also maybe a little bit strange there's not a line of folks waiting to get on this ride, but it is pretty dark. And for the two of you that are actually... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, but I do remember I have a family.
Mm-hmm. Well, everybody has a family, don't they?
Well, no, that I came with the family, sorry. Ma! Pa! Looking around, starting to get a little nervous. I don't see anybody around. Ma!
So as your
Ma, where are you?
shrill, childlike voice cuts through the night, I think the town drunk can probably hear that one a little bit closer. But the two of you being outside, if you bother to look up, you can't see the stars. Can't see a moon. Could just be overcast.
Rubbing my eyes. What's going on? Why is it so dark? Ma! Pa! Is anybody around? Help!
Oh, what damn.
So I think all of you now are clearly hearing this child's cries echoing across the lake.
Obnoxious kid.
I'm trying to try the lights. Do the lights work in the restaurant?
Okay, so if you head over to the light switch, this place is wired, but you flick the switch a couple of times and there's nothing.
Vegas. Yeah. So I've got to go outside, and so you can hear the child crying on the other side of the lake. Trying to stretch my eyes and trying to work out where the noise is coming from. Hey there, little boy.
So if you look at the pictures, the lake is not really huge. It's basically a big pool, is what it boils down to. From the shape of it, any of you looking probably figure it's man-made.
I mean, I got swimming, but I ain't swimming it.
That's fair.
Is that a drain in the middle, or what is
No,
that?
so in the middle of the lake, there is a, pardon my drawing, there is a buoy. It's a wooden buoy. You can just see it in the photo on the left, up above the maps. So it's like a platform with a buoy. It's there so people can swim out to it, dive off of it. Oftentimes there might be a lifeguard station there as well, if anybody even bothered in the 1930s.
I think
so it is a platform.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think I would have been heading towards the restaurant where I heard some shouting coming from. So maybe I may see you.
Yeah, we'll probably cross into each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're stumbling out, yeah, you see another person. You also see more of those kind of luminous shapes kind of floating around. But again, however you appear to each other, if you want to give a quick description, you see each other.
Are we the shapes that we see? Are they? Yeah. I'm assuming they're not normal.
Tell you what, why don't you make an intellect test for me? So basically what that means, first roll of the game, you're just rolling a d20. It is based on intellect, so if you wanted to try and somehow make your roll easier, you could spend intellect points to use your effort to reduce the difficulty of the roll. I'm not going to tell you the difficulty of the roll. I'm just going to tell you if you succeed or not. But you're rolling a d20 trying to roll high. There's no adds or subtractions. It's just, do you want to just do the roll straight, or do you have a skill that you think you might work? because that could also reduce the difficulty of the roll without spending anything.
Is it points on a one-for-one basis?
No, so effort actually costs 3 points unless you have edge in that attribute. Then it's 2.
I mean, I think
And you can only expend 1 level of effort.
I think the only ability I have that may come in handy would be well read, but like I don't think there's be a book written on these things, occurrences, that I would have read.
No, that's exactly what the well-read ability is for. So instead of rolling, and instead of having to spend effort, you can just spend 3 intellect to ask me a question that has a simple answer, and I will give you that answer.
Oh,
you
okay.
know a lot. Well, you know a thing or two, according to your description.
And this could be one of them.
Could be.
Well, yeah, it's just.
But that's if you want to spend the intellect points.
I think I'm just gonna roll for this occasion, just because it's genuinely just. I want to try and gauge where it is on my importance scale right now.
Okay. And see, this is where other aspects of the game come in. I'm going to offer you an extra experience point for the group. We're doing experience as a group that you can use for other reasons. If you go ahead and use the well-read ability and spend those intellect points. And I'm doing this because I'm trying to prompt you to spend points. It is bribery. But like what I've found as a GM of the Cypher system in the past is people try to hoard their points in this game. Yeah. Spend your points. It's a one-shot. Do it. Do it.
Okay. So
because I will give you an exact answer if you use an ability.
Just to be clear, obviously I missed some of what the explaining pre-stream. So these are genuinely just points to spend. It's not like an attribute of like, oh, we've at 11, so if you spend it, you get dumber. They are just points.
You don't get dumber.
Okay.
You don't get dumber. They are points to spend. However, it is also your mental health. So you have to spend points, but also if your pools go to 0, you could be in trouble.
Okay. I think I get that.
And there are ways to recover.
Which color was which?
Blue is intellect, the last one.
So if I reduce that to 8 and spend the 3.
Yep. Okay. So you get the experience. It goes in the center. And that experience is there for anybody to make rerolls or to spend to earn an ability, essentially, that you think might be helpful, like a skill, like a time-limited skill, as it were. All right. So what is your simple question?
So my simple question is genuinely just, now that I'm awake and moving around to go towards the noise, seeing these things a little bit more and a little bit, from different angles and stuff, do I know of anything where these have been referenced as to what they are?
The simple answer is no. However, in the spirit of the game, what I will tell you is you have read of something called St. Elmo's Fire, where an electric charge will build up in an environment and illuminate things. Generally, St. Elmo's Fire is something that is seen by sailors, where the electric charge builds up and actually illuminates the mast of a ship. It's not usually something that is free floating, but that's kind of the only thing you can think of. Like, it might be some kind of free floating energy charge, since it's creating some kind of luminescence, some kind of light.
Okay.
Hello, I see you moving down there. Hello? Hello?
Oh, and you have another person moving out of the building.
I'm on the
to your right.
I see someone moving off in the distance. I just, they're just. But, hello, you over there. Oi.
I think they've closed the park and they left us behind.
What?
I don't know. Maybe they had to evacuate or something.
Look,
Do you work here?
No, I just woke up. I have no idea. I just climbed out of this, like, there's a trapdoor on this little roof or something. I've just got to get. Yeah, I just see you move. Well, there's someone here. I just.
So I wasn't super clear, Andy. The trapdoor that you climbed up from basically came from like a basement.
Oh,
so
okay.
You came up on ground level.
Oh, okay.
In kind of a large, kind of warehouse type building.
Oh, right. Sorry, I thought I could see them. Sorry.
No worries. No, well, if you go outside, you can.
Yeah. Okay.
But I will also tell you this, since you've already kind of had this conversation, you are wearing something along the lines of a uniform. You have whatever your underwear, not underwear, but like underneath like an apron, essentially. Yeah. You're wearing kind of a leather apron or smock that has places to put tools in it, and it does actually have a name patch on it.
Oh.
Can we get some lights back on up here?
Mr.
Maintenance Man, sir?
Where is everyone? I haven't seen anyone, mister.
There's someone else here. Oh, look, that one. Oh, hello.
I guess we'll start moving towards the hollering.
Yeah, is that your brother over there?
No, I didn't know. I didn't. No,
No.
I don't know who neither of you are. It's just
so
okay. There's a small child hollering on the other side of the lake.
I don't
Are
know.
you still hollering, Egg?
Mo!
Yeah. And what is Cash? What is the drunk doing?
He is stumbling his way over there. He's like, Kid, I'll need you to be quiet for just
There's a creepy old man going for the kid.
Kid, where's your pappy?
You might be able to see him moving across the way. I mean, it's not. It would probably stand out even in the dark with the very bare luminescence. This form kind of drunkenly stumbling. Yeah. Along the bank of the river, or
he ain't your kin, then, yeah? He ain't your kin.
No, I didn't come with my family. I came with friends, and so.
Okay.
But I don't know where they are.
If you two approach Andy, I will tell you this. As I mentioned, his smock does have a name tag on it.
What is that name?
You can't read it. There are letters there, you think. Figures, shapes. But neither of you can read it.
Hi, my name is...
You know, it's not a hi, my name is kind of badge, but...
It's not like a military badge, sound like...
Along those lines... No, it's just a standard patch, with like an embroidered name. But since you mentioned that, what I will tell you is, and maybe you kind of glance around to double check, there are like signs and things like for the restaurant, and you can read those.
Okay.
You just can't read his name tag.
Okay. So it's not like we've woken up and just lost the ability to read.
No, you haven't lost the ability to read, no.
Or like you're in a dream, and in dreams you famously can't read as well, and things like that. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Assuming we had the ability to begin with, too.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. It's 1930, isn't it? So you can't put these lights back on then?
Maybe.
As a mechanic, you probably might be able to do something like that, but you'd have to find the generator.
Yeah, I don't know. Just God knows. Do you know where the generator is? I have no idea. You know, I just.
Ain't work here. That's you, boy.
I don't know. I don't know, mate. I just come out of a slumber. Oh God.
Okay. Let's get the kid before that old man gets hold of him.
Yeah, I'll wield my pipe. Is it pipe?
Okay.
Pipe wrench. Sorry, pipe wrench.
I'll shout back across the lake and it's like, "Hello," and just waves like, "Yeah, hello." Just like trying to get.
I see you and I hear you. Can you please keep it down? Everybody is shouting.
Jog around the side of the lake to get on the other side.
Okay.
I hear a female voice. I'm like,
Now that we're kind of coming together, I think what we'll do is, because your tokens are pretty big on that map, I'm going to use another XP token to represent where everybody is. And since you're kind of coming together, are you guys just heading over to the swings? Everybody?
Yeah.
I would assume so, because I'm assuming
Okay.
you're just staying where you are, just hollering.
yeah, and I'm trying to remember. Brian, you said I was like in a milk wagon or something, or I woke up.
There was like a milk wagon nearby, like a truck, you know, kind of a 1930s wagon type truck, right? I don't know makes and models, but yeah, you woke up kind of like right next to it.
Okay, so I'm not in the swings, I'm not in the truck, just kind of, I'm kind of just huddled up then. I'm just, you can hear me just crying.
While you're crying though, you do notice that there is a weird like star made out of twigs and white twine on the ground.
We got a thing.
Looks like something you might have done actually. You know, maybe you just spent some time and some twine you found laying around putting this together. It's about that level of ability, not to, you know, make light of any ability you might have, but definitely draws you. And you know, based on your kind of implied background, if you look at your character, that this is a sign of protection as well.
I'm like, I go over, I see it, I pick it up, and I'm looking at it. So what is this thing?
So as
did
the
I
rest
make
of you,
this?
as the rest
quick
of you
question.
approach,
Sorry, quick question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry,
go
Brian.
ahead.
Quick question. So on our character cards, it says sundries. So that is basically our inventory, right?
Yep.
That's currently on our person. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. So I pick up the star in one hand, and then I've got like a little, like a penny whistle kind of whistle thing that I don't know, I got from somewhere.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna blow it soon to really aggravate the drunk.
Okay.
To assist his hangover.
Speaking of the drunk, as the drunk and the rest of you, as you kind of hustle over, as you get close to the swings, you all are stopped in your tracks. Because as you approach, you can see the swings, and they're sitting there. The metal is clean. It looks like it's ready to be spun up and turned on. There are some kind of metal fences and partitions where people would stand in line to walk up to it and have their turn. A little bit of a ticket booth there to work with. But as you approach, everybody who's not already there, so, you know, basically not the... Wait, do I have a... Yeah, I do have a picture of it. Not Egg, but everybody else. You see a flash that kind of stops you in your tracks. And there it is. You see this.
Ooh.
The swings are rusted, vines growing up the sides. Some of the seats of the swings have little knickknacks in them, like one has what looks to be a dirty, decomposing doll of some kind. Another one has a few stubs of a candle that burned out long ago by the looks of it. And then just as soon as you see it, it disappears and you can see the swing and you see Egg again. This child who's bent over and picked up a wooden toy collection of twigs.
Ooh. Okay.
And as I see them approaching, I quickly my eyes get big. I mean, I don't know if they can't see that, but and then I try to move back. Go away! I want my mom, Ma.
Hey, don't worry, kid. We gonna find your mom and papa. We just need to. Everyone got to stick together so no one get hurt. It's dark here and there's water nearby. My accent's going all over the place. I am a tourist, so
Who are you? I don't know you, mister. Who are you? Where's my parent? Where's my mom and pa?
We'll find them together, son. Don't you worry about that. And a whole group of us. We all go together, and we.
Did anyone else see that flash?
We're going to find your parents, and then we're going to find our way out. So, you all right there, boy?
Did anyone else see that flash?
I don't know, I guess.
Wait, you telling me you saw it too?
Yeah, it was really bright. It's just like, and that's like, wow, that was just like someone taking a camera flash, and that's right in my eyes, but I saw what looked like them swing the swing and the Ferris wheel, and it just looked like as if that was all like
yeah. I thought it was lightning, but there ain't no thunder happening afterwards.
Oh, there wasn't no sound. It was just like someone had a camera flash in their eyes, but that shoe, this whole thing with where I presume the little boy was, there was a.
I mean, I'm sure it was just trick of the light. That's all. I mean, it was just.
Well, you saw it as well.
Shadows.
What's your name, little boy?
I don't remember.
That's okay, son. Well, shoot, I can't remember neither.
Why is it so dark? And where is everybody? What?
We don't know.
I just woke up here.
I just whoa.
Well, I understand. This is not the first time any of this has happened to me. I'm surprised you all had what I had. But it is obvious to me that we have simply passed out until the next evening.
Now,
okay.
Cash, while you're talking, hang on, Cash, while you're talking, right in the middle of that, you feel like something's caught in your throat. And all of you watch, and for a good 20 seconds or so, Cash is like, and just starts to choke.
You okay there,
in
sir?
mid-sentence, but then as quickly as it starts, it stops.
You all right, mate?
Something in my throat.
You need a back for that, boy?
Oh, if you got one.
The dog?
Oh no, I need like 2 dogs.
Well, look. This ain't a huge place. We just go to the front desk. We go and make our way out, and we find ourselves find ourselves we're down, and the nearest town is. Well, I mean, it's
that you actually do recall, and if you look at the map, you're this park, which you also recall the name of, Lake Shawnee, is just outside of a little town called Princeton. Right in the shadow of the Appalachians.
They have a nice university there.
Yeah. No, it's not that Princeton.
It's
a little, a little bit to the southwest of there.
Yeah. It's close to Charleston,
of New Jersey,
which is the capital of West Virginia.
Yep.
So you have you can help us get out of here. Like I need to find my friends. I need to go home. I'm sure my parents will be worried, and this the boy. I'm sure it's going to be fine, but there's adults.
I mean, this place it ain't a Dodger Stadium, It ain't too many places to hide people. I think I was in a restaurant. I ain't seen nobody there. I guess you seem to be on the stage. I'm guessing you didn't see nobody there.
No.
I come from, I don't know, it's a load of pipes and I don't know. Yeah. I came through this trapdoor and I saw someone moving when I went outside, and I was like, "Hey,
you saw someone moving?"
Yeah, that was you or someone.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
You definitely have. Your head is cleared enough, Andy. That you're a mechanic, and you know that you woke up in the boiler room.
Okay. Yeah, I woke up in the boiler room. Yeah.
Potentially, what's providing power and heat to some of the buildings. If there is a generator, it would make sense for it to be like a diesel generator, probably down in the boiler room.
Yeah. Right. I'm a mechanic. I am. Should I try and get the power back on? Should do, shouldn't I?
I mean, if you can, at least we get some light and we can, see if anyone else is around here.
Now, while you're all standing around by the swings, and I'll reiterate, Andy, you didn't see, or not Andy, Egg, you didn't see what everybody else saw.
Mm-hmm.
But you're definitely feeling weird, and just kind of looking around, you see a couple of things. First of all, you see a scrap of paper, maybe a newspaper, just kind of floating along the ground. Not in any weird, sinister way, like some kind of wind, maybe, although you don't feel any wind, which is odd. Also, you notice that the woods look really, really thick. And I'm going to need everybody to make an intellect defense test.
Ooh.
So if you have a bonus for your intellect defense, it should say it on your skills, in which case you'll ease the difficulty of the test. Nosy mechanic is 1.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody else, you're just rolling a d20. Well, everybody's going to roll a d20, but it's going to be a little easier for Andy.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow, everybody's doing poorly. That's amazing.
Yeah, this will be a quick session.
So we got 11. Oh, 1.
So
6.
I didn't see. Did I see Andy's roll?
That's
11.
And everybody else got less than that, it looked like?
No, it looks like Cash got 11.
Cash, you got an 11 as well? Okay, I missed. So I only see your dice pop up, and unfortunately there's not a log, so let's take it a little bit slower next time. I should have mentioned that.
If you,
but yours are still on your screen, so you can also just tell me. But
yeah, Brian, you should see it if you go to the left of the dice table and scroll down. They should show.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Right? Okay. Well, no.
Yeah.
I see the nosy mechanic.
Yeah, we've got. We can
Oh, I
this.
scrolled down all the way. Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Why did I not know that about Owlbear? Jeez. Okay. So anyway, let's not do multiple rolls. How about that? Because I think it only tracks the last one. But yeah, that's
Yes,
good.
that's correct.
All right. So, unfortunately, even in Andy's case, everybody failed. So everybody is going to lose 2 points of intellect as you see a shape moving among the trees. And that shape looks like this, roughly. Make invisible.
There's a narrator.
A
huge narrator.
horned humanoid figure moving through the trees. It stops and it looks at you.
I would like to crack my jar and use my law of attraction to fling the nails out of the jar and plant them in a circle around us.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, you can do that.
So that's yeah.
Oh, I see. Wow, you're using your full-on ability to do it. Okay. Interesting. So why don't you describe to everybody what that looks like?
Okay. Does anyone have a lighter? I'm just going to be sure.
You do. We can
I've
say
got a
that
lighter.
you do. That's fine.
That's fine. Cool. Everyone's
I have
making these day and
matches.
age. Yeah. So if you're seeing this creature come out of the woods, he's like, "Stay back!" Grabs the jar, twists it open, and his eyes starts to, should we say, sort of glow slightly, and then the nails. There's like a jar of nails, and the nails can like shoot out and start to spin around in a big circle, like encompassing all of us, and then just thud down into the ground. And then the jar itself just like spreads the liquid around where the nails lie, and then he like takes a match and like flings it down onto where it lies. However, do I need to do? Is it special ability? Do I spend intellect to do that, or do I have to test as well?
No, you just spend.
So I spend 3 intellect to do that,
Yeah. Okay.
and then it just happens.
So yeah, after that amazing show, you've got this circle of burning something around you right now.
It can't
Oh my
crash.
god! What are you doing?
And you see this thing in the woods. And it doesn't necessarily look as big as I made it. I just made it big so you can see it. But it's taller than a man. And it stops and it looks at you. And you can't really detect any eyes, as it were. It's just kind of got this masked, horned head that looks in your direction, and you hear a deep as it turns and walks off again, staying in the perimeter of the woods. And then you lose sight of it.
What the holy hell was that?
I don't know, but I ain't like it.
Oh,
This is no trick my grandma told me to keep the spirits back.
That thing out there is devil business, and I want no part of it.
you saw it as. Oh God! I thought I was drunk. I thought I was saying things there. I was. Whoa! What is...
So first cipher used. Nicely done. This circle burns for an hour.
Sorry guys, we're stuck here for an hour now.
No, you can leave it. The protected can leave the circle.
Okay, I wasn't sure about that. It's a bit awkward.
Brand new question.
So, where are you from?
Is
If you choose.
Does it actually like? Is it? I know because it's like a more of a supernatural thing. Is it actually like generating heat?
It's not.
So we can walk through. We can just walk through the flames, essentially.
Correct.
Fine. Don't worry, none. It ain't gonna burn the righteous.
And Trousers, that if needed, it's going to burn for an hour, roughly, If needed, you could return to the circle.
Yeah.
Now, in addition to that, after that strange thing walks away, again, as I mentioned before you saw that, there is that bit of paper that's kind of maybe newspaper.
Oh no, it's in the fire. Fine.
On the ground in the area.
Someone else want to read that?
Yeah. Once I know that like the fire, like I'm probably just like testing the fire because I feel no heat, so it's like really weird. I might go and have a like scurry off, go grab it, and like come back. It's like have a read because it's like this is this like one of the other than the little that's got trinkets that we found. I would just call them ciphers.
Yeah.
Is there like much anything else on the floor that we've seen?
I mean, if you want to take a look around to see if you can spot anything else, you can certainly try.
No, it was just like in general, kind of. Oh, this is weird because it's
no. Aside from the paper that's kind of drifting around there, you don't really see anything else at this point unless you search more deeply.
Okay, no, just so it does kind of stick out that it's just there. Okay. Yeah, I'll go and have again.
Otherwise, the park has seemed relatively clean to you. So you're going to pick it up and take a look at it?
Yeah, because maybe thinking, obviously they've cleaned up for the day and so gone home, so that might mean somebody's dropped something. Right. So, see what it is. If it's something important, they might be back, which we might be saved,
So, picking up the paper, you notice that it's like a bit of newspaper, and it's been weathered. Like crumpled, looks like maybe it's been walked on even. It's old newsprint, so a lot of it is difficult to decipher. But what you can make out as you're reading through it is you make out a couple of key like bits without going into a full story about someone being run over. Driver couldn't see them. Body was broken. And that's pretty much all you can take from it.
Yeah, evil spirits abroad tonight, my friends.
Yeah. It's just... I don't know, something strange. I really need to get home.
Well, we need to get the power on this place because everything's vague and like I want to get the power on and see where we're going for one thing.
Well, do you know where the generator is?
Yeah, that's where I come from, and then I come out because I didn't know what the hell was going on and where I was. So yeah, it's back in.
It's a good assumption, yeah.
Okay.
Back in the pool house.
Yeah, I don't really want to go that way where that fit, whatever it was, went. I'd rather go the long way round. I don't know that's shorter.
Well, we stick together. Yeah, we all go to the pool house and we saw that generator out. That fire that's going to burn for an hour now. So that thing comes back. You hot tail that back to that circle as quick as you can. Okay.
Yeah.
But everyone stick together. We're gonna be fine.
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's if we can go inside. It's kind of cold out here.
It is very chilly. So are you, from what you were saying then, do you want to go the long way around? Since the figure was going this direction?
When it says campground, I presume it doesn't mean like tents and things. That's just like an open area where they have like fairs and things, or?
Could be a place for tents as well.
Okay. I mean, perhaps it's better to do a circuit just to see if there's anyone else like us.
Okay.
On the way around.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, Brian, you said earlier that we can't see the stars and the moon. So, I mean, it is
Correct.
like pretty much pitch black, right? There's no ambient light or nothing.
Aside from the weird shapes that are kind of floating around. Yeah.
And the massive ring of fire now.
Yeah,
the ring of fire. That's definitely lighting
Olympic
up
flame there.
some area in this space.
You like that paper?
Sure.
What, the girl got? Can't you like that with just a bit more light, maybe?
It's like a scrap of old newsprint, and you're not going to get much out of it.
You're going to get more if you chop the trees down. Take some branches.
Something to think about. That being said, though, I think we're coming up on a break. So before we take a quick break to give Tony a second to get ready for that, what I will say is as you start heading down around the outside, away from the figure that you saw in the woods, as you approach the Ferris wheel that stands still, but again, looks clean, ready to operate, perfectly visible, everyone this time, even Egg, sees this. Ferris wheel overgrown, rusted, more of a hulk than anything. Ticket booth with its door torn off, decaying. Dark skies. And then, just as before, as quickly as you saw that, it disappears. So, when we left off, you had just seen another flash of this kind of dilapidated, ruined park ride. And so you're at the Ferris wheel, which again now looks completely fine. The ticket booth looks pristine. The worker could have just walked out of it. Again, the what are they called? Balustrades, the separators, the partitions for the lines are all still in place.
There's no one stuck at the top. Not on the Ferris wheel.
So as you look up at the Ferris wheel, it does not appear like there's anybody up there. Again, your vision is a little bit limited, and it is a tall structure, but it does not appear to have anybody stuck at the top.
Hello, anybody up there?
Can I try and switch power on it?
Do they have individual generators, or do they all run off the same grid?
It might. So, yeah, tell you what. Give me a roll.
Yeah.
And it'll be eased because of your fixing things skill.
Yeah.
Let's see what you get.
Here goes nothing. Ooh.
So yeah, the Ferris wheel and in fact the swings, you realize, do have their own power source. Small generator. And as you go and look at the generator, you try and activate it. And it seems like it should work. But it doesn't start. And you kind of knock the side of the tank, and it sounds like there's fuel in it.
Well, this should be working, but I checked everything, fuel everything, and it does not work.
You're 100% certain that it should just be able to cut on.
Yeah, and it's not what. No matter what I do, it's not working. And I'm a mechanic, and I know how to fix these things, and it's just not doing nothing. I have no idea what's going on here and why it's not running, but I'm gonna.
What's everybody else doing at this moment while you're looking at the generator?
I realized that I had some confections, some hard candy in my pocket, so I pull one out and I put it in my mouth. It's giving me some comfort, but I'm just hanging out.
Well, you would hope it would.
And wondering why the one man smells so funny as I'm looking at the drunk.
As you pop the candy into your mouth and start to suck on it, it crumbles. And it tastes like dust.
My candy.
I checked my sack lunch. I've got a sandwich in here.
Yeah, your sandwich looks good. It's in, like it would be in like a butcher paper kind of wrapping.
Yep.
Looks thick. You open up the butcher paper. Your sandwich looks like it's good. It's decent.
I'll take a little bite.
And as you take a bite out of it, you crunch into it. You get ready to start chewing it, and again, it just crumbles.
He's a little dry.
It looks really good though.
And while they've been having a snack and a candy, the town drunk's been making and lighting a cigarette. So take a paper, put his tobacco in.
Yeah, how's your
light it up.
How's your booze?
Oh, that is a good question.
So the cigarette, first of all, tastes like ash, but then cigarettes usually do.
Yeah.
Especially the way I make them.
Yeah.
So
I'm spending the money on the liquor, not the.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you take a swig of your liquor?
Oh, got the little flask.
Yes, indeed.
It tastes like nothing.
Ooh.
Like not even water. It tastes like less than water. It's definitely liquid. It's almost like, now that you're thinking about it, it's almost like you took a slug into your mouth and you go to swallow it, and it's like it just evaporated before it could travel down your esophagus.
It tastes like nothing.
Well, that's weird.
Like not water, but just nothing. Like I just had a gulp of liquid
I mean,
air.
you shouldn't be drinking it anyway. The prohibition and everything.
While you're all testing these things,
You a revenue?
Tony,
Mister, is that some pop?
while you're all testing these various confections and food and drink, Tony, your character suddenly has a splitting pain in your head.
Oh.
Like, I don't know if, have you ever had a shooting pain in your temple? Have you ever experienced this? It's hard to explain if you haven't, but so it's kind of like that, but it's actually more like up. So imagine if you could feel someone just taking like a sharp object and just really quickly like poking you in the head. And it hurts really, really bad.
So I'll cry out and hold my head and just fall to my knees and just go, ah!
Hey, mister, don't you worry. We're gonna sort this out, okay? We're gonna get to the entrance. We're gonna go and find civilization. We're gonna find your family.
As soon as you hit your knees and put your hands up to your head, it stops.
Are you okay? What's wrong?
Is there any other like outward signs? It was just didn't.
No blood. No. Yeah, nothing.
Sam Hill's going on, young lady.
You definitely have maybe a little bit of a dull throb now.
Yeah.
In that same area.
I don't know. like a sharp pain in my head. I don't know what happened.
As you're all dealing with this, you're at the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
I'm not going to make you roll. You can see several shapes heading towards you. They are person formed, I guess would be a good way to say it.
Oh.
And they're heading up in this direction, kind of in a close, tight group.
I think we found your family. Maybe they just take themselves into the woods.
Is that your family, little boy?
Ahoy there! Who goes there?
As soon as you all start talking, the group stops. And it looks like they're doing something with their hands. Difficult to say what. Because again, they're closer now and you can tell that their form is very indistinct. But definitely like there. It's almost like the shadow of a person.
But they're not mistakable for actual people.
They're close enough now at this point for you to see that you can't discern clothing, you can't discern features, you can't discern anything.
Well, I do not think
they want
as quickly as they stop and they start to like do things with their hands. One like raises their hands up, another one is kind of maybe gesturing in your direction. They start moving again and they're heading towards you more quickly.
Okay, this is not a place for good Christian people. I'll say we take ourselves off.
Go to those nails, which
Well, we have to pass them to get to the nails. That's by the.
No, they're in front of you. The nails are behind you.
Yeah, they're up here.
You could just run.
Okay.
As they run, the town trunk says, "Hell with this." And
I'm getting the
pulls out his Colt.
This is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, here's a gun. Okay, fine. Who has a gun? The army, obviously.
Freedom, hello.
Right.
You have the right to arm bears.
Freedom, that's perfect. I love that so much. All right, so anyway, you're going to stand. Is anybody else going to stand with you? Because if so, we'll need to roll some initiative.
My concern is probably over the young ones. Well, I'm rather than.
It might surprise you to know that the young ones are not incapable of taking care of themselves.
I don't know that.
That's true. You don't.
I think I'm probably still on the
So I'm going to give everybody that decision to make. You see this old, maybe drunken, but at this point, and this is for you as well, Cash, you're not drunk anymore. Like you just realized you haven't been this clear of mind probably for years. And
are you sure that's going to make a difference?
A familiar looking, to all of you, because you've all been around, a familiar looking Colt army from under his coat and levels it at these things that are heading towards you. So who wants to stay and who wants to run?
So Tony, are you still kind of like not prone, but you had like bent down or knelt down or whatever, or have you stood up?
She's still on
again?
her knees, but it wouldn't take any. It's not going to take any real time for her to stand back
if you
up.
Stand up, is it going to hurt your head again?
Tony, you're muted.
Put you on mute.
There we go. I think I see Cash like stand straight and pull a gun out with such like so just sure. I think I'm gonna try get up on one knee. I will get the old hunting knife from the back of my, like it was tucked in the back of my like belt kind of thing.
Mhm.
Pull that out and like try and like stand as well. It's like, no.
No. All right, awesome.
Okay.
Right, I'm gonna
So-
pull out my pipe wrench because I was gonna leg it. And I thought I can't really be. This was a figure of my imagination. I'll pull
Okay.
out my pipe wrench and.
I will say that no is to the weird figures, not to Cash.
Yeah.
Sure, I got that.
Yeah.
Okay, just in case it's like I'm standing up against this guy with a gun.
Yeah, you
Put the knife
don't
away.
want to bring a knife to a gunfight. For sure.
No.
No guns.
All right, so that's 3 standing. And what's everybody else doing? Egg, trousers.
Egg trousers. I guess I'll kind of like take a fencing position with my brolly then, if they're coming towards us.
Okay. And egg?
I was
sure,
gonna.
make sure.
Well, I was concerned about Tony, but then now she stood up and pulling out a knife. Like,
Oh, here's a question.
who are you people?
How are you, again, this is narrative. How are you arraying yourself? Are you in a line? Is anybody standing in front of the obvious child, maybe trying to protect them? Like, yeah, I figured maybe the tourist would.
I'm standing
it seems like you're
beside
going that route.
the drunk with
Okay.
my pipe wrench.
Get back here.
Cool.
Yeah, I think I would.
So-
Sound drunk looking's like,
I'm going to have everybody make a speed test, an initiative test. It is a speed test, so if you want to spend effort, you can, but it would be from your speed.
Okay.
And basically, the way initiative works in the Cypher system is it's alternating. So if you succeed, then you get to act before the enemies. If you fail, then you act after the enemies.
Oh, okay. Pretty
Does
simple.
that make sense?
So it's like a yes or a no kind of thing.
Yes.
Okay, so just. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
Wow, 18. That's definitely a success. 6 is not.
Nice. Nope. The dice are not friendly to me today.
1 is definitely not. That's also that's it.
It's
In
not-
anything other,
it's not. It's fine.
just so everybody's aware, in anything other than an initiative test, that's a GM intrusion, and I basically make things worse for you. But
No,
that doesn't
it's-
happen with initiative
Yeah, it's
tests.
fine.
The adolescents are not very helpful.
We're gonna be helpful where it counts.
Here's the mechanic.
Me. Yeah.
So, let's see. By my count, that means
So
that trousers and Cash are going to get to act before the enemy, and then the enemy acts, and then the rest of you act. So these figures at this point, they have continued to advance on you. They're a moderate distance away from you, easily within range of a pistol. They're relatively closely grouped with each other. So what would you like to do? You can act in any order. Whoever wants to go first.
I mean, I want to see whether bullets make a difference to these things. If they just turn to wisps, then I'm probably not going to do a lot of my brolly.
town drunk says, "Will you fools get yourselves to safety?" and takes a shot at the first one he sees.
Okay. So go ahead and make a check. Roll a d20.
Alright.
You do not have anything that can affect that. However, it is a speed test because it's a ranged attack. So if you wanted to spend effort, you could. But it would cost you 3
Does
speed.
heavy-handed mean it's eased, or is that only on hand-to-hand?
Oh, I'm sorry. All of your attacks are eased. All of your attacks. Heavy-handed, keen-eyed. So yes, that's actually eased. So that's one in your favor.
All right.
So yeah, roll a d20.
All right, let's see. 9.
A 9 hits. So you fired your weapon, and in the silence that you've been in, largely up to this point, the crack of a firearm is deafening.
Yeah.
And the light from the muzzle flash of this firearm going off illuminates a pretty solid distance around you very quickly. And your cult army is a medium, I believe. Yes, so you are gonna deal, for your sake, so you know, 4 points of damage, but you get an additional point of damage because of heavy-handed keen-eyed. So you deal 5 points of damage, and what you see is interesting. The bullet hits one of these creatures, center mass, easiest target. And what you can see is, so bullets are rifled, they spin as they fly through the air. And what you can see is that there's kind of a vortex of shadow created as this bullet passes right through the thing. And you see kind of a vortex of this, the wake of this bullet pulling shadow matter after it. And the figure stops, but is still present. However, you have effectively removed it from the conflict.
Ooh.
Oh, no, not that one.
Well,
Let's
that's a
leave
hell
him
of a
visible
thing.
for now. So, what do you want to do there, Trousers? You'll have to run up if you want to engage them with an umbrella.
Yeah. You know what he said? Give
Those
him
are
safety. And this is where everyone's trying to be a hero at the same time. Yeah, I will basically run up with my brolly, try to basically scoop it out with scoop his leg out, and yoink it up with the hook of the umbrella, and try to basically stun it on the way down as part of the attack. So if it doesn't do anything to damage them because it's only a light weapon, it will at least kind of wind them.
Yeah.
Kingsman
Okay.
style.
So yeah, that's going to spend 1 might. You do still have to make the attack. So
Sure.
you won't actually spend the might until after the attack roll is made. So roll your might.
Well, I've got edge on might, so.
But oh no, technically yeah. So you'll just be able to activate it if you hit, because you have
Okay,
edge.
yeah. Yes, because I spent 1 to do it, so okay, fine.
Yeah.
So I could just miss entirely. It's like, oops. There we go. There you are. Hit the wrong one. Oh no! Oh no! 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 No!
Now,
No!
as a reminder, you do have a pool of experience in the center of the table. You could spend 1 to re-roll.
I remember that Cash hit on a 9, didn't he, when he attacked him?
He hit on a
I think-
9. His attack was eased, though. Now, that doesn't mean he needed a 9, if you get what I'm saying. But he did hit on a 9.
Is everyone happy if I spend an XP?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yep,
Anyone?
I'm eating dried candy.
Right, just roll it again. Come on, pretty. Oh, come on!
You did worse.
Well, there you
Well,
go.
it was
There you
better.
go.
I mean,
It's fine. It's fine.
So you leap towards these figures, and with all of your best intent, you seem to. It's almost like
To be honest,
they're-
my priority is just to kind of like be a blocker anyway.
Sure. And you're definitely going to achieve that. You're kind of in their face. One thing you notice as you kind of approach is it's like they're not always in the same space. It's difficult to describe. But yeah, you don't feel as if you've struck them for all you're swinging your umbrella around. that unfortunately leads to their turn. What you see is, so the one that Cash shot, it is still present, and you can see its arms kind of going like that, and it seems to sit down in the dirt, and then it just disappears. But the other two, with you right in front of them, one of them raises their hands, and you notice at this point that there's an object in their hands that they hold towards you. And I want you to make a speed test to avoid this. That's the standard defense. There's a flash of dull, kind of purplish, almost black lightish color as it holds this object towards you.
So, you have to 3 points to reduce the difficulty, don't you? So
Correct.
Is that basically all 3 of my luck points if I want to do that?
If you wanted to do that, yeah, you can do that. You can spend luck.
I feel this could be important.
And just so you're aware, so if you take, if you take a recovery action, normally when you take a recovery action, you regain 1d6 plus 1 of any stat. But the way your luck works is every time you take a recovery action, whatever you recover in another stat, you also get that much luck back.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, right.
Yeah.
So no reason not to,
no reason not to use it.
Cool, okay.
So you're going to spend the luck to basically ease your defense, is what you're telling me.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead. Okay, so this flash of this kind of uncolor is the way I'm going to describe it. Goes off pretty much in your face, but you're able to kind of dodge and duck, possibly even cover yourself to the side.
I open my brolly.
Oh, nice. Yeah. And it doesn't seem to have any effect on you, aside from having used up some of your luck to do it. And that brings us to, and the other one. So the other one moves forward with their hands up like they're trying to grasp you. Again, because you're the closest one to them. So you'll need to make a speed defense against them as well.
Yeah. Do I have a wedding ring? Or is that entirely for me to determine?
What's that now? Do you have
a wedding ring? Yeah.
Do you want to have a wedding ring?
I guess.
Okay.
It's a bit weird being a man in the 30s and not being married in this day and age.
That's true.
Oh, thank you, sir. I am married. Right. Oh, it's another 4. Fantastic.
Okay,
Stop using my dice.
Unless you want to spend another XP to try and roll again.
No, I will not. I will not devour the group XP thing.
So you feel its cold appendages reach towards you and into you. It's not. It's almost like it was waving its hands forward, and you feel this just dead cold as these hands enter your body with just frigid cold. And even as you jerk away from it, you're gonna take 4 damage to your might.
Wow.
Now, you don't have any armor, so. All right, and that brings us to the rest of you.
Okay.
I'll click off the flags there to remind me that you've gone. So you obviously have seen all this.
So
the tourist and the figures are definitely within range for you to approach if you choose to, or if you have some other means of assistance.
I'm trying to think. So they're like really close to Trousers, aren't they? So I'm gonna.
Yeah, they're like right on top of him.
I'm gonna try not hit. Is it? Yeah. I think what I'm gonna do. What? I'm gonna do is essentially I'm going to charge up with my knife. And kind of just like almost tackle them with a knife out front to like push in an attempt to like shove them out the way, but also, you know, stab them them out the way, and just charge the one that's like right in Charles's face. Just yell. I might even just yell, just yell out loud and just run forward and just stab. That's my plan, I think.
Go ahead and do it.
Okay. Where's my sheet? Yeah, I have nothing to help me.
Oh.
13.
Nice. So as you charge, as you described, you lash out with your knife and try to tackle one of these things. And you definitely strike it. One thing I failed to mention, although it's fine because you obviously succeeded, is one of the benefits of light weapons is even though they do less damage, they always ease your attack. So you strike it, you can feel your knife kind of, well, to be fair, you don't feel your knife go through anything. It's like cutting at air, but you can see your knife kind of pass through the edge of what you think might be this thing's chest along the side of it.
Okay.
And again, you see like a wake of this shadowy material that is parted and kind of billows like smoke behind the trail of your knife. Now, was your goal to tackle them as a part of this?
It was probably not like full tackle, but like just to at least try to make them step back at least.
Right.
Just by the force of like going up against them. But obviously, if it's gone,
I will say it definitely flinches back. And you have done some damage, but it is still apparently mobile. So yeah, that brings us to whoever wants to go next. You guys can go in any order.
I'm gonna go.
Mechanic.
Oh,
okay.
I'm gonna go and try and smack one.
Yeah.
Plonk it over the head with my wrench.
The same one that Tony just tried to cut, or okay. Yeah. So go ahead and make your roll.
Here goes. Oh, critical.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, in the Cypher system, that is a critical. You essentially do an additional point of damage. There's also a major effect associated with your attack. So if you could add something, what would you say happened in addition to your masterful strike with your wrench?
I smack it around with my wrench, and you see this wisp of the cloud separates from the rest of the cloud, and that, goes off. You see the head kind of, I clonked at that hard around the neck or the head, or you see part of the head just spin off, or like a cloud would spin off.
That definitely does happen. I think what I'll give you in addition to that, though, is that your strike is so sweeping with this large, imagine an almost comically large pipe wrench, right?
Yeah.
That you do also manage to smack the other one as well. Dealing 4 points of damage to each. And again, much as with the first one, you see them kind of reel back. And kind of fade a bit, and they're still present, but you don't get the sense that they're dangerous anymore. And in fact, after a few moments, they fade from view.
Wow, mister, that was pretty good.
I'm just limping up. Just
Yeah.
mate, I just protected you. So I just
Wait, who's looking after the boy?
he's behind us. Didn't you hear him just then?
Well, those creatures, they could creep up.
We need to get
Alright,
the
well,
lights on in this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's beat feet back down over to the boiler
Okay.
room.
Still
As
heading
we're standing there,
around through the
well, as we're
campground?
standing though, right? So now we're all close together. Can we see
Uh-huh.
the name on Andy's uniform, or is it covered by the apron?
No,
or,
so you may have missed this before, but like
oh,
you can see a name tag on Andy's uniform. You cannot read it.
oh, okay.
It is letters of some kind, but you can't understand it.
Okay, so I thought that was before because of distance. Or
Oh, no
whatever.
worries.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yep.
So are we continuing around the outside of the park through
Yeah.
the campground?
Yeah, I think we gotta.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you travel along this kind of gravel and dirt path that leads from the rides back towards kind of like the common and family areas, you reach the area of the campground. And indeed, it is a campground. There are several kind of old, like tarpaulin and canvas tents laid out. It looks like some people come to the park and camp. And in fact, in the campground area, right around probably here, you see a sign pointing off into the trees that has the word cabins on it. However, the path that the sign seems to be pointing towards is choked with vegetation.
Oh, we ain't going there. I checked my pockets. Have I got a ticket of admission?
Yes, you do.
And is it just admit one?
No, your ticket has admit 4.
Oh damn! Oh damn!
Anything else you'd like to know about the ticket?
What date is on the ticket?
The date on your ticket is 1947.
And we're convinced 30s. Yeah,
Well, around there. You thought, maybe.
that's a bit of a rounding error. What the?
A little
what
bit.
the hell? You guys got tickets too? I mean, probably the kids ain't, because their parents were gone for them. In fact, you probably work here, so you ain't got a ticket.
I'll check
You probably.
Sorry, I was checking my
Yeah,
pocket to see if I had one.
So
Same.
you, Andy, you don't have a ticket, but what you do have is a stub from the racetrack.
Mhm.
It's a winner. According to the stub, you're due $700.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
What
It said,
date is on your stub?
yeah, it said a date on that.
There is a date. 1942.
I can't remember that.
Do I have anything on me?
Cash, you do have a ticket. It is admit 1. And
Not
sorry.
surprised.
And assuming you're looking at the date, yeah, the date on your ticket is 1927.
27.
Yes.
You've been past that for ages.
What the
I heard of early access. This is.
Yeah, would fidget.
The roaring 20s were so good, he didn't want to leave it.
Would I have a ticket? I mean, I
You
might.
check through your pockets. You do not have a ticket.
Oh, okay.
Nor does, if you look, Egg, nor does the child.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, that makes sense. But what the hell?
Tony, you do have a book, though, if
Oh
I
yeah.
recall correctly.
Yeah, I have a book that I'm reading.
It's a library book.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'll probably it's probably one of them. I'll probably, because I'm wearing like a a hunter's coat. I'm assuming there's
Yep.
multiple pockets in. So I'm pulling everything out. I probably do flick through the book. Because I might have had. Wait, I'm trying to think. I don't know enough about history of what I might use as a bookmark.
Just a library stamp.
Yeah, probably a slip of paper or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's a stamp in the back of the book.
Yeah, but that's it. I probably went to look at the slip of paper. I realised it was just that, a random piece of paper. It wasn't anything like a stub from anything. And as I flick through, probably will end on last page. At the
So
stamp.
the last stamp on the book is 1933.
As everyone else, have you said the dates out loud?
Yeah.
Because okay, yeah, because I'm guessing. So mine would be a kind of right-ish date, I think.
I mean, compared to your gut,
33.
what the hell's going on here?
We've all got different dates, haven't we?
How can? And I'm looking at them trousers and Andy just a little bit strangely, stepping back a little bit because their dates are in the future, as far as I'm concerned.
Right, sure.
So it's how? I mean, you clearly got some dodgy tickets there, folks.
Yeah, I won money on it, but I don't know when and where I went there.
Egg, what are you doing while they're talking about dates?
So I'm looking at them and feeling a bit left out, right? I reach in my pockets and there's really nothing in there. Kind of pull them out, right? Nothing, pretty empty. Some lint falls out, but then there's a little bag falls out that I see.
Oh, the candies. Or
Well,
something.
there's-
No, that bag.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
that bag.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I mean, I'm assuming it's small enough that it fits in my pocket, right? I don't know how large the
Oh,
bag
yeah.
would be.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
it's palm sized.
Yeah. So
you know your Meemaw gave that to you for protection.
So I see that fall down and I know it's special. So I pick that up and I kind of look, a bit sheepishly at the others. And then I kind of, it's nothing. I don't have anything. And I put it back in my pocket.
Yeah.
Is there a chance, I don't know how to check this, that he's my child? Because we've both got kind of spooky background. I got stuff that I was told by my grandma. I don't know anything about the spooky stuff, but I just know there was 4 of us. As a child, I can't remember. I don't know what year he's from.
Well,
I guess I'll kind of look at the child and see, does he bear any resemblance to me or any people that
I would say that's questionable at best. You're both probably Caucasian at best guess. Maybe not though. I don't know. That's up to you guys. but I would not think that there is any resemblance. However, Tony, you've got a bit of history, don't you? As a skill? I believe you do. You know a little bit about a lot of things.
Oh yeah, trained skill, history.
Yep. You know, if you're concerned, you know that it was very common practice for people back then to basically write on the tags and the insides of their children's clothing, identifying information in case their children became lost, so that people finding them could look at the tag on their clothes and possibly find out. So oftentimes a birth date was included, sometimes an age was included, things like that.
Okay. So. Oh wait. Sorry. So I think just as X like going through his pockets and obviously a little bit like, oh, I don't have anything. It kind of just dawns on me a little bit. So I probably honestly just go straight up to him, to like go around the back and just literally just pull the collar up.
Okay. Not even ask him. Like, I'm just gonna look at your collar.
You're a small child. You have no agency.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sorry. Yeah. I'll just step back. Sorry. Yeah.
You're a girl.
I'm just checking if your mom put anything on your tag. Do you get your name written on so nobody takes your coat or your clothes or anything like that? Yeah.
Gee, that pickles. Stop. Hold on a minute. So I kind of undo kind of the top button and that, and because I'm wearing like nice Sunday clothes, which is pretty unusual.
Shirt and jacket.
Being out in an amusement park, but yeah. So hold on. So I kind of loosen it a bit, but just enough, right? So that you kind of look in there. Is that good? Can you read it?
So I'm not going to do the math in my head right now because I don't feel like it, but from the age of the child, the age and the birth date is listed, as well as like a name, but you can't read it. There are letters there.
Like the mechanics.
Yeah,
tag as well.
You don't know what they say for some reason. But between the age and the date listed, it looks like the child, depending upon when their birthday is, because it's just a year, not an actual birth date. But depending upon what month their birthday is, it looks like the child was probably there in 1926. And you would guess that again, just based on your skill with history, I'm going to give this to you. You remember that the park actually opened in 1926.
Huh. So
you recall now you hadn't got her around to actually going to the park.
What
day is
on that newspaper?
Oh, there was no date on the newspaper.
Yeah.
What about newspaper?
It was just like a clipping of a story.
It's like a scrap. Yeah.
So I'll tuck the collar back in and just like, oh, yeah, it's fine. It's got your birth date in there, and how old you are, in case you've forgotten that as well.
1927. Maybe they were born in, I don't know, 1918. That'd make you 9.
Yeah. So it's like
Or no, 1926 is the suspected year, so that'd be like 8, 9, or if you wanted to be 10 on the outset, it'd be 1917. Okay. You were born.
Are these tents all empty?
So interesting that you say that. Now that you've looked at the tents, you can see more of these shadowy figures kind of moving around among them.
Don't look in the tents.
No, we're up. Doing that.
They don't appear to have noticed you yet.
Okay. We sneak through the campground. Okay. Everybody be super quiet. Don't disturb these things.
Just then you see me take my little penny whistle I was holding and I'm feeling much better. Yeah.
We need to get the lights on. We need to get some sort of light because this is not safe here. We're just stumbling across and just going through darkness and
we need to get out of this place. This place is cursed.
So you sneak past the campground? Or are you actually pulling out your penny whistle?
No. That was just in jest. Sorry. No, I'm absolutely not doing that. But I, looking at the other four, especially this older girl who's just come up and kind of checked my collar. Does anybody look familiar to me? Kind of like, I recognize them, or maybe family or friends, or
the moment you try to picture, even so, you have a strong, not memory, but you have a strong sense of your mama and your meemaw, because they have taught you a lot about the green, which you don't know if I don't know, that's important. But try as hard as you might, you can't picture their faces. And that might be, you know what? Why don't you make a intellect test for me? Intellect defense.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Lord.
That's gonna, just trying to remember them, you suddenly realize with a bit of horror that you cannot recall your mother or your grandmother's face. And that is terrifying to you. So lose 2 intellect.
Okay.
Wow.
So where are we going then? Do you want to get the lights on, or do you want to exit?
No,
so we're sneaking past
this place. Yeah.
We're sneaking past the campground.
Yeah.
So as you come up, moving, I assume stealthily, somewhat together, as stealthily as you can. As you come up along the side of the stage, you spot another bit of newspaper kind of stuck on some of the metal sheeting of the outer hull of the stage shell.
Maybe that's got a date on it.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta check.
Somebody want to grab it, take a look at it?
Fidget. Sorry, she's been a nuisance tonight.
I also love that your cat's name is Fidget. I just love that.
She's certainly living up to it. She really is. I'll run forward and grab that one as well.
Okay.
To see if it's especially to see if it's the same sort of style as the other one. That's just a clipping of a story and such.
Okay, well that's interesting. So the first thing that you notice is it does not appear to be, since you're looking, it doesn't appear to be the same typeface, first of all. It's still worn and largely illegible, but you feel like this is from a different publication, maybe? What you can make out, what's readable, is a few things kind of stick out to you. Something about someone being crushed by a spotlight, snuck into the park, dare. That's about all you can make out.
Yeah, I'll share that with the others. It's like there's no date on it. It's just Just a few words I can kind of make out. The writing's
names?
weird. No, there's no names. It's just the writing's. It's really weird.
Well, what did the first one say? There was a car crash, wasn't there?
Yeah.
Not necessarily a car crash. Someone was run over.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
Driver didn't see them. Their body was broken. And while you're looking at this sheet of paper, Trousers, your throat starts getting really scratchy. Like, uncomfortably so. And
You can have some of your drink now. Could I old timer?
okay, so if you
reach
out towards Cash, you notice as he's asking for it that there appears to be some kind of swelling that's happening around his throat, and his face is suddenly discolored, reddish, like he's having some kind of reaction. And then as quickly as it started, and as Cash hands you his flask, it stops. You're okay.
Oh no. I know I'm good. Thank you kindly.
You was fixing to swell up like a blueberry for a moment, and then just
I know it's going to sound really weird. I'm gonna go up to Trace's character. I'm gonna poke him. Just see if I mentioned any of this. I don't know why. It's just gonna. Sorry, I think I'm imagining all this. I'm just gonna poke him in the arm.
You poke him. I don't know. How do you like that, Trousers?
What the hell, boy?
Well, this is mad. I'm going mad, but I'm just trying to see if you're real. That's all. I think I'm going mad.
Of course I'm real, boy. I'm real as you.
Yeah.
I just think.
Why don't go pinch yourself? You think you're dreaming?
We need to get out of here and get to a church, and then we need to get on knees and pray, because this place has got the devil in it.
We just need to get out of here. Let's
agree with that. This is the devil's work right here.
Yeah.
So you're gonna head towards the front of the park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you head up that direction, once you get, so there's this, assuming you're taking the shortest route.
Yeah.
Okay. So there is a stand of trees on your right that you know that the park kind of skirts around, because all of you are having memories of the time you spent in the park, right? So you're becoming re-familiarized with the layout, and so that you know that there's a souvenir shop up ahead, and there's kind of a gaming kind of, not video arcade, because obviously that's before that time, but like, you know, knock over the bottles and darts, that kind of thing.
Shooting
kind
gallery.
of a boardwalk arcade, shooting gallery kind of thing, over by the secondary lake, as well as this whole area kind of in front of these is full of like park benches and tables, and you know, there were little food carts and hot dogs and things like that. And on your left is the larger jag of the pine woods that's kind of surrounding this whole place. And as you head forward, moving through this area, you do see, stepping out of the woods on your left, this. Make it visible. There we go.
Oh, the wolf.
Oh no! Oh,
Not doggy.
It stops and looks at you.
I mean, how do you deal with a wolf? I don't even know.
And as you're looking at it, this thing is, again, it's the shape of a wolf.
Yeah.
Much like your experience with the other figures that were the shape of people. You don't know that that's what it is. But assuming you take no immediately aggressive actions towards it, it looks at you and then just kind of heads off into the small strand of woods on the other side and disappears.
Okay, see what happens when we don't shoot things.
Is that
Yeah,
bad
but
luck
still,
if
that
it
was
walks in
directed
front
at
of
me.
us?
It's not a cat.
So.
It's a bit big for a cat.
That's true. It wasn't a cat. Well, it didn't look like a cat. Wait, do I have
I've
a
only
shadow
heard about
cat token?
cats.
I'm sure it's fine. I mean, I think we need to hurry up because if it is a wolf, there'll be a pack. There'll be more of them. I'm sure.
Okay, how's your head doing?
Still throbbing.
It's bad, but it's just like what's the word? Residual. I just have a little bit of a headache, but nothing as bad as what it was before.
Okay.
Yeah, your head is throbbing, and really, like, every once in a while, Cash, your throat kind of, you feel like, I don't know if you've ever had acid reflux, but it's kind of like that. And
Too often.
right. And Trousers, your throat is itching occasionally here and there, but you don't necessarily feel like you're getting that swelling going on. And once you get to this intersection here that heads either deeper into the park or towards the souvenir stand, Andy, you suddenly feel out of breath. Like, it's hard for you to catch your breath. Your vision is tunneling. You feel like you just ran like 15 miles nonstop. Do you drop to your knees or anything? Are you going to try and
I'm
maintain
going to go drop
standing?
some knees, my hands on the floor, and just.
Okay. Come on, just
You all right?
What on
And
earth's
then-
going on?
You take a deep breath and it's gone.
What?
Mister, you okay?
No, that's not too bad now, but. I just felt as if I'd run a marathon then.
Okay. We'll be out of this place soon. We just gotta go past those souvenirs, then we got the main gate, and then we're home. Then we're home free.
Something's happening. We're all sick of something. Everybody's having trouble breathing or swelling or headaches.
Yeah, I
whatever.
think there's some form of disease in this place.
Well, except me, right? Because Brian, I don't recall you saying that I'm feeling any kind of affliction.
At the
Not yet.
moment.
No.
I am the cause of all this. Great.
So, as you're passing the souvenir stand, you notice that there is some kind of a notice or a flyer kind of pasted up on the door.
What does it say, Brian?
Well, if you go up and take a look at it,
Yeah.
it is basically like a couple of different warnings about safety in the park. Pretty standard fare. Keep an eye on your children. I'm not going to go through a whole park safety thing. But attached to the bottom is another scrap of paper. And again, it looks like some kind of a newspaper article.
Who's pinning these things up?
And it says something about the restaurant being closed today. Somebody had a fatal reaction to some of the food. Allergic.
Well, shit.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah. Is that dated at all?
You don't see a date.
Lord.
Why?
So we got
Is somebody just
crushings and
I think somebody should must be
poisonings.
just taking just trying to scare us. It's got to be people just folks just dressed up and leaving these around just to spook us. Of death and strange folk.
Now, from where you're standing in front of the souvenir shop, you can see kind of in this whole area here, there is kind of a dull, again, that unlight just filling the space. And it seems to be coming from some kind of shadowy spikes that are kind of growing out of the ground. And it's filling the whole space, and around inside that space, you see more of those shadowy human forms moving around. Looks like they're interacting with each other. And in fact, you can hear kind of whispers, but you can't make any of it out.
So much for your exiting out of here, my man. Now what?
We turn the lights on. Yeah, you can't have it'll get rid of shadows, won't it? You turn the lights on. Can you do that?
I think
should
I
be
get
able
it.
to, yeah.
There's
Do I get
running
any-
over.
Do I get any
There's smashing.
memories coming back about allergies or anything I may have?
I mean, you don't know that you have allergies. Uh-oh, we lost Trousers.
Uh-oh. There
he
he is.
didn't like that answer.
He's like, no, man, I've had enough of that.
No, that might just be a placeholder. I think he dropped for a minute.
No, I'm back again.
Oh, okay, you're back. Just not video yet. That's cool.
What happened there?
But no, there's no nothing stands out to you.
I'm just gonna say out loud, maybe I shouldn't, but that last note, that was like someone had an allergic reaction, and judging by what the person with the flask was saying, it looked as if your throat was inflamed and you had trouble breathing.
Well, we got the running over. We got the smashing with the light. We got the reaction. I think these shadow people are killing people here at the park.
I got an alternative, but I don't think you're gonna like it.
Well,
And I'm guessing the light would have held down on that girl's head.
I mean, it's a good job I got out of there then, isn't it?
all right. So what are you getting at?
I think we have not passed over. I don't know what I do not know what we have to do in order to do that, but it's something we have to do to make ourselves right with the Lord and to continue our journey to the pearly gates.
Wait, mister, you're saying we're dead?
What?
No,
No.
what?
We're as real as anyone else.
So hang on. As soon as you say that, Egg, your entire body is just a rack of pain. You feel as if you've been, like, something is crushing every bone in your body at the same time. You've never felt pain like this.
Yeah, so I just kind of seize up and just crumple and just let out like a blood-curdling kid scream.
Hey, it's okay.
Hey.
It's okay, boy. It's okay. It's okay.
Whoa!
And as soon as the scream
Oh, make it stop!
dies away, it stops.
So
what happened? Oh. What was that? I want to get out of here. I want to go home. I just want my ma and my Mima.
We need to find and get the lights on. We need to get the lights on. We need some light instead of being in this darkness.
Yeah. I'm sure that's gonna be it. Look, it's just because these clippings. They don't have to mean anything. It's obviously somebody who just played a trick because we're stuck behind. Maybe it's just the workers leaving. Sneaky
there's
things.
Nothing. There's no one around here. There's the chap with the flask with the gun. He shot something. I blinked and hit something with my wrench.
Yeah.
What happened to him? They just stood there and done nothing. It seems like you're saying, if I'm imagining this, I poked the chap with the hat, and he looked at me going out because I thought he wasn't there.
What I don't really understand though is we all died at different times.
We can't be dead.
Die.
We can't be. We're live. We're solid.
Look, I can understand why I may not have gone to the great beyond, but you all people seem decent enough.
Well, I have ethics.
So, as you're standing here, you notice a group, this time of 5 of those shadowy forms, heading in your direction.
From the direction of the entrance.
Right. From this area, where there are a great many of them.
Okay.
So
that's what I was going to ask for clarity, is that they're blocking our way out, right?
There's some spikes there as well.
It would be extremely difficult for you to find a way to get past them. And as I said, at this moment, you guys are outside of the unlight. This entire area is bathed in it from those spikes that are they're easily 15 feet tall, and from the top of them this unlight is just bathing the entire area. And the last time one of you, none of you got struck by it, but it was used as a weapon against Trousers earlier.
That's what we have to do. Perhaps we have to give in to our destiny.
You say they just...
I don't want to die. I'm too young. I want to get out of here.
So again, there's a group of 5 of them heading up the path directly towards you.
I'm gonna start backing away. We just need to turn the lights on.
I'm just gonna turn the lights on.
Guys,
So where are you going?
Stop going and get moving.
Again, you don't have to stay together. If you have different thoughts.
Yeah.
So you're heading back towards the pool house?
Yeah, I'm getting the lights on.
Okay. So everybody else.
All right. Before they do that, so my cipher, it says it has to be hung. So I guess
Correct.
just holding it up in my hand is not going to do the trick.
No, because it wards an area, so you have to hang it from a building or like a tree or something like that, and then for a decent area around that hung item, it creates this hindrance against others.
And then for the number of rounds, the cipher, so that's when I'll roll to see how many rounds it's effective, correct?
Yes.
Is there anything nearby that I could quickly attach this to? Some kind of a post or rail with a hook or a nail?
You're right next to the souvenir shop and what looks to be maybe like an office. So I mean, yeah, you could hang it up. It's got a length of string hanging from it. So you could basically like a Christmas ornament almost. So you could hang it up and activate it right there where you are.
So as I was saying, I just want to get out of here. I want to see my mom and my Mima. And I'm clutching this star in my hand and looking at it, and getting this look of like, maybe determination, maybe panic. Well, not really. Yeah, just more of determination. But it's like I'm just looking at this thing and looking at the figures and just clutching this thing really hard out in front of me, like this thing is important. This might help us. I want to get out of here. I don't want to stay here. I want to go home.
I'm trying to find anything that's got the date on it, especially like in the souvenir shop, if that's open.
Okay.
Right, well, so as they're doing that, I'm going to go
duck into those buildings.
Yeah.
Well, making a beeline for the pool house and getting that electric on.
Okay, so heading back to the pool house.
I'll head to the pool house. Can start
heading that way. Let's see. This is not for anyone. Tourist, you're in the souvenir shop, kind of looking for something with a date. What are you doing, Egg?
Well, I was going to attach or hang the star off of the post, but if looks like everyone's starting to disperse, I'm not going to do that.
So if you wanted to, the star is going to cover a pretty wide area. So like if you hang it up on either one of these buildings, it will cover both buildings.
All right, so I'm going to put it up, and I want to see, because I have a feeling, it's going to give, in kid terms, it's going to give us some kind of a word of protection.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
All
well, why don't you roll a d6 for me real quick to see what the level is?
D6 plus 1, I think.
Oh, yeah,
right?
D6 plus 1. Yep.
All right. And I think, do I click the plus minus to the side to get the plus 1?
We just do it in our head, or you could, whatever.
There we go. Come on, 6, a 3. All right, so I got a 4.
4. Okay. So for about the next 4 rounds, anything that you consider to be an enemy is going to be hindered in that space.
So once
wolf creatures stronger, but you don't see any wolf creatures.
So once I hang that up and it becomes active, do I see anything like these creatures stop approaching, or does it repel them, make them back off?
Well, I'll get to that, but where are you going to go?
Okay.
Because I want to see where everybody is going before I describe what they're doing.
I mean, if you're nearby, I'll kind of pull you into the souvenir shop because that's a closest shelter. So yeah.
All right, I'm gonna stay close to the tourist and the girl, because the tourist seems like my dad and the girl touched my neck.
Well, we don't know where the girl's going. Tony, where are you
going? We
going?
don't know where she's going, so I could be torn.
No, I think my mind is...
The mechanic has already headed back. I assume you went this way, Andy.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I went that way.
In my mind, I'm just... They're all talking about being dead, and it's just wrong. It's just, we need the lights on. It'll cast light on the shadows, and it'll get rid of them. Obviously, that's how it works. So yeah, I will be heading back to... Well, I'll be trying to follow the mechanic because I don't actually know the pool house.
Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
No, I was just going to ask, so just a quick one while I want to think of something else. But for the stage, which is it like all open, or like how is the back to the water, or is it open with the seats to the water?
Oh no, the back is enclosed.
Okay.
But think of like a corrugated metal kind of. I don't know if you've ever seen like an airplane hangar like this.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
But it's like that, but it's been closed off on the back to create like a green room type space for a band. There's a side door, but then the rest of it is just, like a decent stage for a band to play, and then probably, 150 seats like crammed in there.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. I was thinking of something else to do next, but that doesn't matter. So yeah,
Okay.
I will be trying to follow. I'll be following the mechanic.
Okay. And Cash. What's the drunk doing?
Drunk is
The
also
sober
going
drunk.
with the mechanic.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we have 3 groups, or 2 groups. I think we're coming up on another break. I think that will be our last one because I think we're quickly rocketing towards an ending.
If you want a break, we can do. I think we've kind of passed it anyway. I wasn't.
Oh, have we?
I wasn't keeping track of time.
Okay. Yeah, I can keep going.
Yeah. Unless
I
people want to
didn't start my timer early enough. No. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay,
I'm
so-
going another.
Yeah.
Unless the gods of Twitch want us to have one.
I'm good.
All right. So, as you split up, a couple of things happen. First of all, Egg, you said you were looking at these shadows to see what they do. As they approach the area that you're fairly certain is covered by, as you put it, your word of protection, you see them drift to the side, almost as if they're skirting the protected area. Pardon me. So they kind of drift around the protected area and then continue on, and if you continue to watch, they turn right and head down deeper into the park.
In the direction that the group of 3 was headed?
Correct.
What? We're going that way. We're going this way.
Yeah, but we're gonna be going down here, so still going to the
Ah.
same direction.
Now,
You can-
And I'm gonna yell out to them to get their attention to come back. Hey!
okay, we'll handle that in a second. Well, you're inside a building, so maybe it won't be so bad. Trousers, you're looking for anything with a date on it. So why don't you give me an intellect test? And if you have any skills that you think would be helpful for you in searching, which you don't really, you're a climber and a swimmer.
Yeah.
But again, you can spend effort if you wanted to spend the intellect. You're getting kind of low.
I'm pretty low on intellect. Yeah, my
Yeah.
mental capacity is a bit low. So I'll take a punt. It's not life or death.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, nice.
So, as you kind of rifle through stuff in the building, the first thing that happens is you're focusedly, is that a word? With great focus, you are kind of searching through everything in the souvenir shop. The first thing that happens is you suddenly get this vision, much like the ones that you had before. Unfortunately, I don't have any actual real pictures for you, so you'll just have to make do with my words. But you get this vision of being in a ruined building. The roof is partially fallen in. There's just grime over everything, probably mold. Again, it's dark. It has that kind of same negative feel that you got from your previous flashes of images. But while you're having this vision, you do see on a counter that's mostly broken, but part of it is still intact, what looks to be a relatively new newspaper. And the date at the top of the newspaper. Make an intellect test, because it's blowing your mind. Wow. You are
I know my
unaffected.
Well
You
done.
Well,
You are
I
unaffected.
already. Yeah.
You are unaffected by the insane revelation that the date on the top of the newspaper is 2024.
Whoa.
What?
And then the vision is gone, and you are looking at the souvenir shop, which looks intact. There are plenty of souvenirs, candy. The shelves are stocked. It looks like a clerk could come in here and start selling souvenirs at any moment.
It appears that way just to him or to me as well.
Oh, you didn't see that. But also, the newspaper was named the Charleston Register, if that matters.
Okay, there, boy. Don't worry. Do you want some candy? They got jars of candy here.
Okay.
I mean, do I have like a few coins in my pocket?
Sure. Yeah.
So yeah, just put it on the side. I'm sure we'll just sort this out. Here we go. Have a jar. I don't think we need to worry about dental hygiene.
Thanks, Mister. I just want to get out of here. And our friends left. The other people left. I hope they're okay.
Yeah, I don't. I have a feeling that we ain't gonna be leaving anytime soon.
What? And
Okay.
I got like that funny look, like a dot. I was like, "What? Why? I want to get out of here."
Right. All right. So moving on to the other group, as you guys travel back towards the pool house, I'm just going to use the mechanic to represent you. Again, you come through the area, past the arcade, and all of the various tables and benches. Once you get to roughly this point, you do see, kind of coming up in this direction, 3 of those shadowy figures heading in your direction.
Here we go again. These
Like how close? Like
Oh, I mean, they're a good ways off. You have time to get into the pool house.
Yeah,
if that's
alright,
where
yeah.
you want to go.
oh,
Hey,
run.
quick.
Okay.
get in the control
yourselves
house.
in.
So, as you all run up and kind of get, not cram, I mean, obviously the tokens are pretty big, but you move into the pool house. The pool house is very large and spacious. Again, there's paddle boats being worked on. It looks like there's even a truck in here that's got the engine out and it's being worked on. Like, this is clearly the park's maintenance warehouse, as it were. And you see the hatch in the floor that leads down to the boilers and probably the generator. What I will say, though, is you also now notice, maybe you didn't notice it before, Andy, but there is a scrap of newspaper, again, just kind of on the floor on your path, moving back through the pool house towards the hatch. And if anybody would like to pick it up and read through it, we can do that again. Or you can ignore it.
Oh my god. No, I want to know what it is, but I don't.
Go on, young lady.
Tony, you want to pick it up and read it?
Go on, make it make sense.
I mean, yeah, where they?
All right, what's this all about?
Oh, okay. So Cash is going to. So it's, again, kind of just difficult, illegible in some places, but basically the bits that you get from it is, it looks like a story of a worker who may have been discovered in the pump room, suffocated, something about carbon dioxide.
So, Mr. Mechanic, where did you say you woke up?
In here.
In the pump room?
Specifically down in the pump room.
Yes. My hair's to stand up on it now. I didn't stay it. I creeped out. Thanks, Brian. No, I am in
And
Canada. I'm like freaking out now. I'm like, what the flipping heck. Well, all these bits of paper are making sense to me. You got a lamp fell down and knocks you on the head, I'm guessing, young lady. This most probably happened to me.
I'm fine.
Yeah, but read through. Right, I'm going to get the electrics on.
All right, hang on, before you do that, now that you're all talking about it, I want all three of you, since you're approaching it directly, I want all three of you to make an intellect save.
Okay.
Again, you can spend intellect points and...
Yes, I'm going to spend intellect points.
If you want to.
I'm going to spend intellect points. How much have I got? I'm going to spend 2 intellect points.
Well, no, you'd have to spend 3 unless you have intellect edge, which you might actually. You do, so it would be 2 for you.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh, but you also, hang on. Oh, well, never mind. It's good that you spent 2.
Yeah, right, that's gone.
Because even with your intellect defense skill, you eased it by 2 levels, which means a 6 is actually a success. So you don't lose any more.
Right,
intellect when I tell you what I'm about to. Cash and Tony, if you guys want to roll.
Can I put effort into it?
You can, yeah. You got to spend 3 intellect unless you have intellect edge.
I do not, so I will spend 3 intellect.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Well,
so I'm freaked out right now.
Did you guys roll? Oh, here we go.
Rolling now.
Wow.
I think we were both waiting for the other one to roll and we just rolled at the same time.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you both succeed. So no additional intellect lost other than what you spend.
Okay.
However, you all do, since you're approaching the topic directly, very quickly you all have your own personal experience. Tony, it's night. You've broken into the park on a dare from your friends, and you've made your way into the stage hoping to possibly grab an instrument or something like that from one of the bands that maybe left something behind or has something stored there. And just as you mount the stage to head towards the green rooms in the back, you hear a snap above you and feel a sharp pain in your head as everything goes black.
Do I actually feel the pain again? Or...
You do feel it, but then as soon as everything goes black, you're back looking at your companions? Use that word again with a big question mark. Andy, you're in the pump room working on the boiler. You've got your wrench and you're turning something and you feel lightheaded and out of breath. Your vision starts to tunnel again. And then again, everything goes black. And then you're back. Cash, I haven't really seen anything about yours, although you've probably guessed at this point.
Judging from the way and where I woke up,
sure.
I have.
It's a beautiful night. The moon is full in the sky. The stars are shining, and you're just kind of laid back on a paddle boat, taking a drink from your flask, taking in the evening. Most of the people have left at this point, and you think you hear somebody on the shore like, "Hey, we're closing. You gotta get out of here." And you look over, and you're like, "Ah," and then you fall off the paddle boat into the lake. And in your state, you take in water, and not quickly, because although I've never personally experienced, I've heard drowning is not fun. over a manner of some minutes in your inebriated state, you take in water, you try to breathe, and eventually, through the pain of suffocating and not being able to breathe underwater, everything goes black. And then you're back in the pump house. Or the boathouse.
Oh, lords and saints.
It's true. It's true.
I don't understand. I don't.
These pieces of paper are memories or clippings or something must happen. I don't know how we're going to get out of whatever this is, or if we can. Or is it something must... I don't know. We need to get these lights on. We need some sort of light.
But your ticket is from the future, so like, can you stop these things from happening? Like, I mean, is that a thing? Is that something that could be done?
Is there a safety record of this park, do you think, somewhere?
Probably be in an office. All right. Speaking of which, let's jump back to Egg and Trousers. What are you guys doing?
I'm enjoying my candy that this nice, strange man gave me.
But I
think enjoying might be a stretch.
Stranger danger.
Unless you enjoy ashes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, enjoy
Oh
them.
no, I thought. Well, wait. I thought everything was fine with it. And okay, so
Looked
when
like
he got me,
But everything you unwrap and go to put into your mouth turns to dust.
I just spit it back out.
Yeah, I'm just kind of resigned now.
We're not going to get out of here, mister, are we?
No, I don't think we are. And you know what? I don't think this is the first time we've had this conversation either.
So all of you at that point, all of you hear howls. And they're getting closer.
Like, just didn't.
What are wolves here? That doesn't make sense. But nothing makes sense, actually, but...
So, as the three of you in the wheelhouse, as you're standing around, you actually see a wolf enter through the rear wall of the pump house.
Oh, it comes through the wall?
It does. And it looks at you, and then you see it take that position and rear its head back and howl, but you don't hear the howl until an uncomfortable few moments later when it seems out of phase. And you hear another wolf howl in response close by. In the souvenir shop, you have a similar experience where a wolf comes in through the rear wall, looks at the two of you and rears its head back and howls.
Your Grammy ever see something about wolves being spirits that are dead?
Been more than 4 rounds. So unfortunately the protection is gone.
Yeah.
Well, either we going to pass on to heaven, or we're going to start this merry dance all over again.
I'm going to try something. I'm going to use my elm... What's it? Elm... Child? Elm Child?
Yep.
I was going to use mine.
Elm Child.
I'm gonna write God in it.
You gonna do what now?
Well, you said any letter. God. G-O-D. Any word.
Okay. Wow. That's, okay. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Wait, what's it do?
And then you invoke it?
Yeah.
A living version of that word. No bigger than a person.
That's a Smurf god.
It's maybe a little bit bigger than a person in this case. What you summon is this.
Oh no!
You didn't specify!
Oh no!
It appears in the pool house next to you. It bends over and picks up the elm child, which generally you have to place down in order to have it become its form. And it says, "You cold?" in a deep, reverberating voice.
Oh my god.
So, back in the souvenir shop, what are you guys doing?
I think we just gotta see what happens next.
The wolf starts moving towards you. Not aggressively. You feel like it's hurting you.
Are they like child's toys in the souvenir shop? Like a little
Yeah.
cup and ball kind of thing, little thing to fiddle with.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just take a little one of those bats.
A clacker, yeah.
A clacker, yeah. And basically, I'm kind of thinking, this is it. This is the journey. This is the end. So I'm just kind of resigned to following wherever the wolf's going to herd us to, and just trying to, keep the boy as calm as possible.
Okay, Egg, what are you doing? Seeing this wolf stalking towards you. It seems like it's trying to herd you out the door. Egg, are you muted?
Yeah, no, I'm here. I'm just thinking, because it's kind of something you said earlier. My character, it's yeah. I just look at Trousers at the older man, and it kind of sniffles. I don't want to go, but if that's where my ma and my Mima are, then I'm okay, Mister. I'm okay.
I can't believe that Dad.
Are you going to take me there? Are you going to take me there?
Sure, kid. Let's go together.
All right.
I'll take his hand.
Thanks, Mister.
Okay. So you guys are acquiescing, and so I think I'll deal with your interaction first, since you're following along. You exit the gift shop with the wolf, again, pacing you and guiding you. And as soon as you exit the gift shop, you notice two more wolves coming up from either side, and they all just kind of work together to guide you. Once you get to about this point, right here, I'm assuming you can see my pointer.
Mm-hmm.
The wolves attempt to split you up. Another wolf appears, and two of them are trying to guide you, Trousers, back towards the restaurant. And the other two are trying to guide the child further along the lake.
Oh, no. I said we're going together. I know where you're taking us, but you take us together.
When I look at the two that are trying to herd me, is there anything of either of them that kind of gets me to think about my mother or my grandmother.
So
Your grandmother was a wolf. You read Riding Hood.
the wolves, sensing both of your trepidation, one of them looks directly at you, Egg, and says, it speaks, "You must sleep."
Do I recognize the voice? Does it sound
No.
familiar? Okay,
No,
I just wonder
but-
if they're channeling a
but-
spirit that's familiar to me. Okay.
I will say that the voice feels like the thing that your mama and your Meemaw used to call the green.
Let me take him to his place first, and then I'll go back to the restaurant. I just want to see him there first.
And I'm ignoring Trousers, and I'm looking at the wolf, and you're gonna take me to the green? You really gonna do that?
The wolf doesn't say anything, but you get the sense from the way that it's looking at you that it is not taking you to the green.
Oh, great. Deception.
No, it's not deceiving you. It's making no attempt to deceive you. It said you must sleep. Now, in response to you, Trousers, in hearing that, one of the wolves that was trying to separate the two of you takes a step back and just kind of motions with its head. And if you follow along, then it will lead the two of you all the way back around towards the swings.
Swings? I think
Yeah, because that's where. Yeah.
That's,
I thought you got hit by a car. What was a car doing by the swings?
well, when you arrive back at the swings, one of the things you notice as you're traveling in that direction is this. No, I don't want to do it that way. I want to do it this way. You see a flash parked next to the rusted hulk of the swings, this old delivery car.
Milk truck.
And the wolf guides the child to lay down in the grass behind it.
I'll see you soon, kid.
Mister, it's all right. It's all right. Thank you.
Now, before we go with your finish, we'll head to the three in the pool house. You called.
Help us. Please help us. I beg of you, please help us.
I am. You, and he looks at you, Andy, are in the right place. You two must go elsewhere.
Yeah, I think with that, I'm just going to start backing out. And heading back out the door.
Okay. As you exit, there's a wolf standing outside looking at you.
Now, before I'll notice it there, but because the one in the pool house didn't seem to attack.
Yep.
What I actually want to do is use my hagstone to look at this figure.
Oh, okay.
To see if it's just
the god.
Yeah, because
Okay. So, are you doing this just out of curiosity? Are you doing this from inside the pool house, or are you looking back in through the door? Are you already outside?
It's probably back through the door, so probably backed up, give enough space.
Sure.
So obviously seen the other wolf waiting outside, and then just you know what, I'm gonna have a look.
Because here's the deal: when you activate your hagstone, if I recall correctly, let me look. Yep. Lasts for
It crumbles to dust
Through the
24
hole,
hours.
gain an asset on seeing things. Yeah. After its first use, it crumbles to dust. So I think you can use it for that whole 24 hours, right?
Yeah.
So the first thing you become aware of as you step outside of the door, possibly before you activate the Hagstone, is that group of 3 shadow figures is also becoming closer. There's also a wolf out there, and then there is the god that is back in the pool house.
Yeah.
So what do you want to look at first?
The god.
Okay. So when you look at the god, you see, for lack of a better description, you see what appears to be a person of the indigenous people that once lived on this land. And having some history, you know that the tribe that lived in this area were the Shawnee. Probably why this is referred to as Lake Shawnee. And he looks like a man. He is wearing traditional garb. He has some face paint on, but you don't get the sense that it's like aggressive war paint, just perhaps an indication of station.
Yeah. Okay.
And he turns his head and looks at you and just smiles when he notices that you're looking at him through the Hagstone.
I think at that I would probably like bring it down and just like
Yep,
just
same
a couple
thing.
of times. Does the mechanic look any different in there, or the wolf?
Oh, okay. So you're looking at the mechanic and the wolf. Are you also going to look at Cash? He's in there too. You might as well look at him.
Yeah, because I'll do that and then look, and then as I'm doing that, I'll probably like accidentally like move it a little bit and notice something else, I would imagine.
So Cash is soaked. He is dripping with water, and his body is bloated and bluish as you look at him.
Yeah.
Andy, as you look through the stone at him, he is corpse white. And there's kind of a blackness around his mouth that would indicate suffocation, but also poisoning at the same time.
Mm.
And his eyes are bulged out and bloodless. And the wolf looks like a wolf. It actually no longer looks like a shadow. It looks like
It is just okay.
a wolf.
Okay.
Just for funsies, do you want to look at the other shadow-like human figures?
That's the thing. I
Because
probably
there's a group approaching you.
now that because I think before it was just the trying to get a head around of what was going on, and now realizing.
I'm so glad you didn't use the Hagstone earlier.
We'll spoil the whole thing.
I just realized it could have ruined everything.
No. That's why I was like, because I was going to use it initially to figure out what the glowing things were, but it's like, no, I'll leave it. And then, to be honest, I forgot about it. But yeah,
I'm happy.
Because when I asked you about the stage, that's what I was thinking. I was going to stand on the stage and look across the whole area.
Oh, that probably wouldn't have been so bad because you would have,
Yeah, but yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing now.
But still, any time in the next 24 hours, you can hold that thing up to your face and take a look through it. So, do you want to look at the shadowy figures?
Yeah, I'll be looking at them because I think I'll look away from them and just look. I want to look around the whole park. So if they're coming close, then yeah, I'll be looking at them.
So the group of 3 shadowy figures, as you look at them, you see people. One of them is wearing a black vest that has on the back of it, I'll tell you just for reference, but your character has probably never seen a representation like this. Essentially like a cartoon ghost on it.
Okay.
And across the back of the vest, it says Lake Shawnee Ghost Tours. And then the other two are dressed in denim pants, what looks to be some kind of leather jackets with metal spikes on them. One of them is holding a camera and just kind of taking pictures everywhere. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, okay.
Oh.
Realization is just set in.
Ah.
Oh, so. Oh, okay. Oh my god. So we're the ghosts. They're the real people.
It's the others.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. I've understood this last bit that we were the ghosts. So but no, they're actually the real people. So do they look? I mean, at this point, I'm assuming it's the same ones we saw before. Like, do they look harmed in any way, or? Cause
no.
Oh.
And I'm gonna back up. The one that's holding up, it's not a camera, it's a phone. It's 2024. Yeah. They're holding a phone. So it wouldn't be holding a camera. Come on.
As I look around, does the park look like does that
so change? Good question. As you continue to look through the stone and look around, you notice a few things. First of all, the pool house. When you said you were looking through the door, you now realize it's not there. Neither is the restaurant. The stage is still there. Looks very dilapidated and rusty, and looks like maybe part of it might be falling in. The trees actually are a lot less thick. It doesn't. It's felt like the greenery has felt more like a wall this whole time, but now it's just like, no, it's just, some light woods surrounding the park. And you can see some fencing indicating where the park's perimeter is as well. But yeah, the park is ruined. It is just utterly destroyed. You do see what looks to be a lot of light coming from this direction over here. And peeking above some of the wooded treetops, you can see what look like really big lanterns on top of metal poles. Spotlights, essentially.
Yeah. And we saw a load of shadows there. Really,
larger than you've ever seen, yeah.
So going with the assumption there's just a group of people. So I think of that, to be honest, I'll probably just fall down to my knees because it's now all fully sinking in.
So as you fall down to your knees, the wolf that's outside with you comes up and just kind of prods you and looks at the stage.
So I'll turn and follow his gaze and just so now thinking that I think it was Andy that said it. The mechanic said that I was probably hit with the spotlight, and then remembering the weird flashback that I had, and now it's just there's nothing I can do. I'm dead. So I'll probably.
Well, you could fight.
Fight what though? That's the thing. They're just
a lot of stuff that would probably tear you apart.
But obviously, because I've looked at everything, it's they're just people. They just They're just shrouded in darkness. But yeah, I'll stand back up and just probably lean on not lean on the wolf, but put my hand on the wolf.
The wolf will accept your touch and
lead me.
It feels solid to you now, even if you are not looking through the hagstone. It still looks like a spirit of some kind, essentially. But it guides you back to the stage, leads you up on stage, and kind of indicates where you should lie down. And in fact, on the wood of the stage, you can see a faint brown stain.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I'll get down in position and just.
And then nothing.
Oh.
All right. Andy and well, let's finish up Trousers first. So Trousers, the wolf leads you back to the restaurant. The two wolves, as it were. And in fact, you might even pass Tony and the wolf that is guiding her as you head back to the restaurant. But what's interesting is she doesn't respond to you at all, as if she can't even see you. And in fact, as you begin to pass each other, you notice that Tony's form becomes indistinct and kind of fades from view. And the wolf leads you into the restaurant and walks over to one particular table, the one that you woke up at, and looks at you.
Well, yeah. Get a last meal?
The wolf almost, you feel like it almost chuckles.
Why tonight? Why all of us from all these different time zones? Why tonight?
Too much life thins the barrier.
Sure. So, could we come back again, or was this it? Or was that beyond your pay grade?
Sometimes you wake, must sleep.
You know, it's been a long night. See you, buddy. And he just sits back and closes his eyes.
So the wolf actually rests its head in your lap as you sit down, and you feel its companionship as you lean your head back, and then blackness. You left. You're still standing in front of the god.
I'm gonna say, have I passed completely? And why, if I haven't? God.
Past. You are deceased. This is where you reside now.
There's no heaven, there's no hell. I reside here forever.
There may be, but this is your place.
I'll take my rest now then. Thank you, God.
He motions towards the hatch.
Okay, God. I know my place.
And yeah, if you clamber down the ladder again, you find the place where you woke up and lay down, and darkness envelops you. Cash. The god is still there. He turns and looks at you.
All right. Well, I understand, but if you'll excuse me for a minute, I have a friend to talk to and a favor to ask of them before I walk myself back around to the paddle boat and into the water. And
he looks intrigued.
Walking outside, he pulls a pair of antlers out of his pocket,
okay.
Clacks them together. Dear spirit, dear spirit.
So the god is actually, he walks up next to you.
Me!
No, he's just standing there, and being kind of hard to see with all the tokens in the way, but being as you walked out of the pool house, if you got this stretch of woods here, you see a magnificent buck, ghostly white, step out of the woods before you.
Look, I know I've done a lot in my life that I don't deserve no mercy for myself, but dear spirit, if you could do me a favor, there's a child here, and I don't know if there is such a thing as a eternal reward or not, but if there is, could you please lead him there for me? I'd be much appreciated if you did.
The deer actually looks at the horned one after hearing your request. And you can sense, if not hear, some kind of communication between the two of them. And the horned one turns to you and says, he has to follow your request. I cannot stop him.
I understand.
Very well played.
Well, you know, one good deed. They say one good deed before dying, but better late than never, right?
So he actually puts his hand on your shoulder, and you can feel warmth, but also you know that, like, this is your place. And being that oftentimes people of your ilk are ill thought of and ill respected, maybe it's a comfort to you. He feels almost like a companion as he walks the long walk all the way back around to the appropriate location with you. And he doesn't say anything as you wade out into the water, but you get the sense that there's respect there that you've not felt from many people. Egg, you wake up, and you are on the back of a ghostly white stag with a great rack of horns riding through the woods.
But what's going on? Where am I?
The stag kind of looks
Where's
back.
that man?
The stag looks back and makes eye contact with you, but it's not really one to communicate in any ways that you've learned. However, after a time, riding through these magnificent woods, surrounded by the green, you find yourself in front of a small cottage, and it's one that you recall. You had many good times here with your grandmother that you remember even now. And in fact, you can recall your name and the names of your mother and your grandmother and her grandmother.
Mima.
And it all comes flooding back to you as your Mima steps out onto the front porch. You can see your mother in the cottage behind her as they hold their arms open, waiting for you to embrace them.
Mima! I leap off of the stag and just sprint top speed towards them with my arms just outstretched. Mima! Ma! I missed you. I was so scared.
And as the sound of joyous child crying recedes in the background, the white stag walks back into the green. And the spirits of the lake return to their rest. And that's all I have for you.
Damn, man.
Nice.